In the most recent installment of Call the Midwife, viewers followed the story of one woman and the abuse she faced at the hand of her husband. With the episode shining a light on domestic violence in the 60s and the issues with pressing charges, many fans were left disgusted by the storyline. Warning: the information within this article may contain content that some readers may find distressing. Topics of rape and domestic violence is highlighted throughout. On Sunday's episode of BBC's Call the Midwife, viewers watched the newlywed Mrs. Talbot confess to Sister Veronica, Rebecca Gethings, the trouble she was having with her husband Joe. In the program, it was revealed that the young mother was being assaulted by her husband both physically and sexually. Viewers saw scenes of Mrs. Talbot covered in bruises on her neck, as she apologized for not looking presentable for her husband when he arrived home. When she took her children to get seen by Sister Veronica for a health check, she confided in her about what had been happening behind closed doors. Revealing she wasn't satisfied with her marriage, she said, "There are things that happen in a marriage, things that people are meant to want, that people, men, believe is theirs to have. If they can't have it, then they just..." Unable to finish her sentence, Sister Veronica replied, "Take it? Against your will?" Realizing what was being implied, she wanted to try and help, although when she raised her concern, Mrs. Talbot admitted she's grateful for Joe as he puts a roof over her children's heads. In later scenes, viewers watched as Mrs. Talbot denied her husband's advances as he persisted. As her young daughter sat on the sofa in the other room, cries were heard from the bedroom coming from her mother being abused by Joe. Deciding she wanted to get help, Mrs. Talbot fled her home in the middle of the night and later went to the police station with Sister Veronica to report the crime. Although when speaking to an officer, he told the victim the authorities were legally unable to do anything as they were married. The police officer commented, "It's not possible under English law for a man to rape his wife, the offence does not exist." Furious, Mrs. Talbot said, "The blood on the sheets exists, my bruises exist. Do you need me to show you?" Aware there was nothing she was able to do, Mrs. Talbot decided to get a lawyer to divorce Joe and tell the truth about the violence she faced at his hand. Marital rape has been considered a crime in the UK since 1992. After watching the harrowing episode, viewers quickly took to Twitter to share their thoughts on the emotional episode. Nicker4 said, "From shock, horror and tears to laughter, happiness and support in the blink of an eye. What a show!" #Call the Midwife family guru added, "People who say #Call the Midwife is twee and saccharine, clearly don't watch it. What makes it so brilliant is the tough issues it tackles head-on with compassion, interspersed with gentle humor and kindness. Tonight is heartbreaking." Mother Klanger commented, "Great episode tonight, sensitively handled. Thank goodness we've moved on from those days and women now have much more support and help available with DV issues. Sick." #Call the Midwife 12th Swearjar tweeted, "That was such an important episode of #Call the Midwife, hopefully, it will help some people out there who are going through the same thing." Mofoman360 said, "Well, I've gotta say that was a very powerful episode. That's when TV is done right, highlighting important issues respectfully. Well done BBC, sick." #Call the Midwife with Twitter user RummyRat adding, "Have gone from blood-boiling rage to tears of despair and then belly laughter all in about 5 minutes." #Call the Midwife continues to be utterly brilliant. If you have been impacted by this story, the National Domestic Abuse Helpline is available on 0808 2000 247 with people on hand to speak at any time. Call the Midwife continues Sundays on BBC One from 8 p.m.